What's happening, tubes? It's been a long time since I've done a video. I know it's been like 2 weeks, and I apologize for that. But I mean, I've got tons and tons of stuff going on. Most recently, I got into this. I guess it came from work or whatever, and I wanted to get into this hobby now of collecting license plates. And with that being said, we'll get to that in a minute. But one of the problems that enabled me from recording, or rather should I say disabled me from recording, was the fact that we had at one point in time, it was a Category 3 hurricane off the coast. And we had already had tons and tons and tons of rain dumped on us already. And, it went from being just the tons of rain being dumped to this storm potentially coming and dumping more rain on us. And, it was just going to be a big mess. Well, I wasn't able to get out and shop because I had my truck out there and everything was packed all in because I didn't know what this storm was going to do. Because it was supposed to, if it was going to hit, it was going to hit over that weekend, supposedly. And other than that, it's just been steadily just working. And I haven't had time to really do anything. When I get off, I come home and, maybe have 10 minutes to piddle, well, I'll take that back, maybe about an hour's time to piddle around outside, and then that would be the end of it. But even that, it just wasn't enough time to really sit down and do anything. And then two, I didn't really have nothing to go on. The last video I did was regarding my turtles habitat that I was building, and I've still not finished it. Don't worry, more videos will be coming on that. I've gotten a few more things to add to it before it's done, completed, finished 100%. Namely, I got to get the plexiglass for it and some other things. But before I dive into the whole idea as far as the license plate thing, let me show you a couple of other things that's been going on. So what we have here is just a big pile of change, and it was more to it than just what you see here. This is about $7 worth, dimes and nickels, a few quarters. Well, interesting thing about that, the van that they came out of was in terrible shape. They had this, we had this big luxurious sale at my job, and pretty much the idea was for if you had a vehicle that whether you had to pull it in, push it in, drive it in, whatever, as long as you had your title for it or whatever, you could trade it in on something. Well, this thing is okay, sorry about that. Dogs got belligerent, started barking like hell because the FedEx man dropped off this package right here. To make it short and sweet, they let anybody drive or bring in or whatever, anything they wanted. This thing pretty much was a garbage can on wheels. And the only reason why I knew the change was in it to even begin with is because they had all these vehicles scattered around in our back lot. And I wanted to clean the back lot up a little bit, so I wanted to move everything into a row. That way when whoever hauled it off to wherever the hell it was going, it wouldn't be in, our way. And my sinuses are draining bad. Weather change. It's raining today. But this van had probably every bit of a half an inch worth of dirt under, in the floorboard, along with pistachio and peanut shells and trash. No carpet whatsoever. And just the whole driver's side was just scattered in change. So I grabbed this 5-gallon bucket and had, soap and water in it, and put me some gloves on, and went out there and just raked the change into this bucket. And my mom is, she wanted to collect all the pennies or whatever, for whatever reason. And they're actually sitting outside on the back porch. Let me show you. So yeah, she's got these sitting in this thing right here, trying to clean them up a little bit, because I mean they were grungy and nasty and dirty and filthy, and yeah. So the end of that story was that pretty much when you started raking the change out of the floorboard, you started finding maggots. It was just that nasty, and that's when I had to quit. The rest of it might be a few silver pieces of coinage left, but most of it was just pennies. People are disgusting, and that's all I got to say about that. So I'm thinking that this package right here is what I had gotten from monsterenergy.com. Let me see if I can find a knife or something, and see if we can very carefully open this package. Hard to do with one hand. Now the idea behind this is that if you collected enough tabs off of the coffees, like the Java coffees, and you put the codes in, you collect points. And with you collecting points, you would all you had to do was pay the shipping. So we're talking like $4 and some change for shipping a piece. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But this here is a Java Monster koozie, and from my understanding, it's open on both ends. It doesn't have the closed end on it, so you can put it around the coffee can itself. Pretty cool. And you're paying if you think about it, in the end, you're paying for the item by purchasing the cans, and on top of that, and you got to pay the shipping for it or whatever. But I mean, it's still cool, despite whatever. And this here is a tumbler. And you had to have, I think it was like 25 points for this, and you had to have 5 or 7 for that one. And this one right here has got the slide top lid on it. You can put whatever beverage you'd want to into that. But I mean, hey, that's a one in a lifetime thing right there. Because I mean, I think this is a limited time that they're gonna do these. But yeah, so it was like $4.90 a piece per shipping. So yeah. All right, now let me get into this deal here. Pennsylvania plate. One of my girlfriend's friends had this one, and we were expecting her not to, but she ended up having it, and that's great. So that's one I don't have to have. And this one here coming from what's his man's name? Robert, out of Richmond, Kentucky. he mailed me a come on now, Alaska. And I'm going to keep all these in their respective packages. I've already opened them just to make sure that I got what I was supposed to be getting, because there's an incident with that too, and I'll tell you in a minute. This one here came from a fella named Christian. I'm pulling the phone away so I don't show anybody's personal business. Maine. That's practically a brand new tag. I mean, it's not even really hurt. This one came from a fellow by the name of Perry out of Arlington, Texas. The last one actually came from Maine itself, so that's cool. This one came from Texas. New Mexico. But yeah, I'm gonna keep all of them in their packages until I actually can get them, you know, to the point of being in the shop and hung up. But this one right here came from my friends in Tennessee, Pam and Lee. Good people. We got a Arizona, Minnesota, Michigan, and Iowa. I appreciate all the plates from everybody. I'm not saying everybody watches my videos, but for those that have, and I have asked about plates, it kind of sucks that you guys, some of you guys kind of turn your nose up at the fact that, you know, I'm trying to do something for myself. And, you know, trying to do a hobby. I mean, I support your hobby, so really. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's pretty much about it. That's all that's been going on here. You know, the weather has not been that friendly to me lately. And oh, and as far as the whole the deal with me opening these particular packages or whatever, seeing what's in them before I made a video, and there'll be more. There's gonna be tons more, believe me. This gentleman, I'm not gonna say who he is, told me that he could get me a California, Nevada, and something else. I forgot what. And he wanted $25 for all of it. You know, to have it shipped and the plates and everything. We're talking, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 plates. Well, you know, I don't like dealing with nobody who doesn't do PayPal. And unfortunately he didn't, and I tried to get, you know, help him get it set up and everything, and he didn't even tell me in the end that his banking account was his girl's stuff, not his. So I've been sent to do $25, okay? Then he comes and tells me that he can't get it out. Well, you can't just automatically withdraw the money from the account once it's sent to you. You have to wait 3 to 7 business days in order for you to get it. That way things can be verified and whatnot. So he wanted the money automatically. So that made me think already that he was trying to scam me. However, he said he wasn't. And he wanted to set it up another way. He wanted me to send the money to him via MoneyGram or something like that. I've never used Western Union or MoneyGram or any of those places because, I mean, what's the guarantee that I'm going to get my stuff if I send you some money? You know what I'm saying? I don't think there is no guarantee. But he got mad and tried to say that I tried to scam him, and yet it was my money that was on the line, not his. And then he come to me talking about, well, I wasted my time and money and blah 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 blah. Dude, you work where you got the plates. It's not like you didn't have to go to your job. And then two, you're sitting here telling me that it's my fault and that I tried to get you. No, I don't think so. But other than that, he was, in the end of the conversation, he was talking about something along the lines of like, oh yeah, and thanks for the address. So that made me think that he's maybe going to send me a box of rocks or, a dead kitten in a box or a pile of dog crap or whatever, right? So, I was just trying to be careful about what I open, and that's the main reason why I opened a lot of this stuff before I even recorded any. I mean, I knew, as far as my friends in Tennessee, Pam and Lee, I knew it wasn't going to be a pile of crap or a dead cat or any of that crap, But some people are just lunatics, and they'll do shit that's just retarded, you know what I mean? But don't worry, guys, more videos will be coming. I'm sorry that I've not had nothing to do as far as recording wise, and my money has been tied up on other stuff. And then sometimes too, you just need a break, you know what I mean? So, but don't worry, they're coming in due time. Now I may not get another one up for another week now, but I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But just be patient, guys. And for the people who have just now subscribed, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hang around. It'll get better. I've got over 100 videos you can watch. So just watch and, enjoy some music or whatever you want to do, man. Anyways, you guys be cool and we'll catch you later.